Hello and welcome to this tutorial on Microsoft Word application skills. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to insert table in Word document. Tables are a great way to organize your data so that it is presented in a way that's easy to understand, and in most cases tables are used in almost all the documents. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you, first thing we will do is we are going to insert a table, and then after we insert it we are going to edit the table, and we are going to actually apply some formatting. Okay, so apply some formatting. So that's what we will do, and let's get started. So I'll delete this one. So here is, I'll just bring some random text, maybe 50 paragraph 1. So here's a document. Just imagine that this is the document that you are working on, and you need to insert a table in between the document. Okay, so you go here, create a space for it, you go to insert and insert tables. So when you click on insert, if you are trying to create a table that is very simple, maybe 2 columns or 3 rows, you just select the number of columns that you want to have. Later you can add, and then you can scroll down or move the cursor down, and you will see the column and the dimensions at the top. So it's 3 by 2, meaning that it's 3 columns and 2 rows, and you can specify, and you can see it's being drawn right there in the document. So that's the most fastest way. But if you really want to insert specifically, type in exactly the number of columns and the rows, then you can go to insert, and I want to insert 3 columns, and I want to insert maybe 15 rows. Okay, so I will specify that, and I want it to be auto fit or auto fix. Column width is going to be auto width. What it means is that as I type in the documents, the column width will expand to accommodate the length of the data or the text entry. So I'll just leave that checked, and I'll click OK. So now your table is inserted, our table is inserted, and you will also see that once the focus is in the table, you have the table design and you have the table layout added as contextual tabs. So this is where the power to change and edit and everything that is related to the table will come in here, and the table layout as well. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all the details of it, but what I'm going to do is just a simple table design. So we'll stick to the basics, and that is to head in the column headings. So in this, say this is the department and the number of employees, and what I'm going to do is I'll just maybe the department number of employees, and then department section or department manager. Okay, so that I will put it in there, and maybe in here I can say accounts, number of employees, we have 34 employees, and department manager is Alex Magio. Okay, and if we have the corporate affairs, and then we have say 20 employees, and manager is Mrs. Kenneth Smith. Okay, and then we have human resources, and we have 10 employees, and we have Mr. Kanange as the Kanange Alex as the department manager. So you get what I mean. So you can fill up the rest. I mean, I'll just delete this other cells, and I'm going to delete the entire row, and I'll have a table like this. So that's exactly what you need to do. The first thing you need to do is make sure that you select the table and you get the table design, and you choose the table style. Okay, so I look, this one is not the table that I want, so I'll select the more one with a very good color, and I like that. Now once again, if I look at this table color, my table color scheme is decided for me by Word because I am using a default theme. Okay, so this color style color will change based on the theme, color theme. So if I go to design, I am using a different theme. If I go and select a different theme, you'll see the different colors. Okay, so you'll see the colors change. Okay, so you have to set the theme. So I'll just choose this theme as it is. Okay, and then I can also choose the colors. So you come here and you select the colors, and now you can see that your color scheme changes. So let's say this pink, and then you will see that when you go out to table layout, your color table styles colors are different than what we have seen earlier. So just have that in mind when you are trying to choose a table style. That's if you want a color table, but otherwise the first layer is just plain, and then you have the grids that are more or less next to the plain table. So you can choose a plain one, or you can choose a color, but the color will be based on the color scheme that you specify. Now the other thing that you need to do is when you want to insert a new column, you can always do that by the layout, and you have all those insert column left and right above. So if I want to insert another row below, I can just insert it here, and the row is added. If I'll just undo. Now if I want to insert a column to the right or left, I can choose that. You can see that, and you can left or right, you can create different columns or rows. And also if you want to delete, then you can also delete this by just here you can click the delete, and it says delete row, delete table. That means that you're going to delete the whole table. If you delete the row, then the row that has the cursor in, or the focus row, will be deleted. If I say okay, I put my cursor here, I go to delete rows, then it deletes that. So I'll get it back again. So the table layout is where you do the deletion and addition, and also you can right mouse click and do the insertion as well. So you can see insert. So instead of just going up to the rows and columns command group under table layout, I can just right mouse click and insert, or I can delete cells and I can select like row or column, and then that will be deleted. So either way you can do that, right mouse click, or you can use the rows and columns at the top. The other very good feature is the draw table. So if you really want to draw it, then you can add, just click the draw, and then the cursor changes into a marker. So I'll just do that and I'll just draw it right in like that, and that's one. So I can now connect the split and I can now add like that. I go back, toggle the draw button, and now I've drawn a row, and I can type in maybe another department, marketing, and 23, and it's added by Katie Muller. Okay, now the other thing that you need to use quite often is the draw or the eraser. So if I want to make, let's say I want to make these two columns one, okay, so what I could do is I will just click the eraser, and then I'm going to erase this. I just go point it right on the line and I remove the column. Okay, so that becomes one. So there are times where you need to have, like, I'll delete this one so you can see that this table is got three columns, but I have removed it and make it two in here. Okay, so that's how you use the eraser to split the table exactly the way you want it. So that's a nice feature, and that is the eraser. So once you are done, you just toggle again, and now you have and I can now insert another row below, and it will follow the next preceding row, so you can see how it changes. So if you want to draw the table the way you want it, then utilize the draw command there, and you can use it. Okay, so that's on the draw, and now you can delete columns, add columns, delete rows, and add rows. The other thing that you need to do is you go to design, and you can see if you want to create a shade, you can also put a shading around it, and you can shade those different colors. Like for example, this one I want to shade it as green, and this one I want to shade it as a green. So you can highlight specifically what you want to, specific color, and then you can highlight those information in the table. But in most cases you will just need a plain like one color across standard color table style. But in the event you need to, then you can use the shade, and also if you want to apply the border style, you can also see the border style, so you can apply whatever color that you want to use. Okay, so that's basically how you draw the table. Now the another thing is, if you want to delete the whole table, the table selector is this cross here. Okay, so just select that, and then you right mouse click and you delete the whole table. Okay, so it's gone. So that's how you delete the table. So I'll put it back again. Don't try to go here and then you try to delete, because if you select the delete cells, then it will ask you only the cells in the entire row or delete the entire column. So it's not asking for the table. So if you want to delete the table, then this is the table selector, and you right mouse click, and you can see now you have the option to delete the table as well as the rows or the cells. Now that's how you delete. And if you want to add a comment, you can right mouse click and insert a comment into it. Where is it? So let me see. Okay, insert a comment here, and then you can type in whatever comment that you want to insert about Alex Maggie. Okay, so that's how you do it. And one more thing, if you want to move the mouse around, I mean not the mouse, sorry, the table, then you can use the table selector like this, and you can move. Okay, so if I want to move this table down here, I can push it down there and leave it there. Okay, so I'll leave it right above the heading, and I don't need to I just have to select this, hold the mouse, and then go down to where you want to put it, and then you release it, and that's how you move the table around. So I've seen a lot of people trying to move the copy, cut. No, you can move it. If it's you want to move it up and down, you can easily move it by dragging this the table around. So it's easy for you to use that table selector right here. Okay, that's the one that you use to move it around. The other one is just copy, cut, or even if you want to copy the table, you can copy, and then you can go here and you paste the same copy as well. So you have two copies of the same table. So always use this table selector and point there, then you right mouse click, you can copy, you can cut, you can apply whatever you want to apply. So you do all those things by selecting this, not inside the cell because table, because that will only apply to the specific cells, rows and columns, and not the whole table. So I hope this helps you in your work, and whenever you need to use a table, just go to insert table, specify the number of rows and columns that you need if it's a quick table. But if you want to generate one that is more rows, then you select the insert table, and once you insert the table, then select the table and use the design to specify the styles and whatever things, color that you want to apply, and then the layout table to actually delete columns or rows. And also you can insert, if you want to really change the way, the look of the number of rows and columns, then you can use the eraser to do that, and that should help you to insert your table in a document. I hope this tutorial is important, is helpful to you, and thank you for watching.